time is 7:14 in the p.m. Hopefully everybody's having a good night wherever you are in the world. Hopefully you're staying safe and you're making good choices. Anyhow, this video is a follow-up video that I did earlier in the morning, and it relates to Loomis messengers, the armed messengers that basically service the machines, maybe ATM machines. They also do money carrier service at different contracts. Hey, what's up, Mike from the Professional Security Journal? Welcome. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Mike's channel as well. Those of you who were watching in the morning, I'm going to cover some points that I didn't even think about until I started reading the comments later on. So let's talk about what happened. Loomis has about 2,000 private security professionals in their money operations department. Basically, their messaging service. They're armed, and they got 2,000 of them that are being issued body-worn cameras, BWCs. These cameras are Axon's number 4. They're body camera number 4, and it looks like these messengers are required to have them on at various times. I don't know what the policy says. I got no idea. I don't work for Loomis. I never worked in that type of field before. And I do know that I get a lot of subscribers, some subscribers that actually work for Loomis. If you guys know the protocol, the policy, you guys want to send me some documents, I promise I will not burn you. I've never burned anybody before out of the 1,000 videos that I've done. I will leave my email address in the description box below. I actually left it right before I went live. I left it, and I'm looking forward to some information that you guys might have. Again, I keep you confidential and never burn anybody at all in any of these thousands of videos that I've done. The reason being, so Loomis stated in a public release, the reason for this is transparency, right? Accountability, and also situational awareness. And that's where I have the main issue with. Well, the main issue I have is situational awareness. I'm really I've been thinking the whole day, how does this increase your situational awareness if you have a body camera? I understand accountability. If you have a body camera, yes, definitely it helps you show the client, hey, my officer did not steal. Matter of fact, here's the body camera footage. And what another subscriber mentioned in the comment section box is that these cameras can be used for insurance purposes. An insurance claim is made. Here you go. Here's the evidence. Here's the proof. What I didn't discuss, and one of our subscribers let it be known to everybody, was that there's utility involved in body cameras. Guys, I have no problems at all with private security having body cameras. I actually think it's a benefit. I used to be that guy who hated body cameras. I was against it. I was, I guess, the old group that did not embrace it. But later on, after being forced to wear one, I actually see a lot of good in having a body camera. Lots of good. I've worn a body camera, more than 5 years, possibly more than 8. But I've worn it for a long time. So I agree with our subscriber that believes that there's a lot of utility and benefits that come with having a body-worn camera. I agree totally. And I didn't mention that in the video in the morning. So here I am saying that I embrace body cameras. Now, what I have a problem with, though, is the new policies or the procedures. Okay, when is this body camera going to be turned on is an important question. But what is more troubling is the fact that Loomis states that this is for accountability and situational awareness. I don't have no problem with the accountability portion, but the situational awareness portion I do have an issue with, because you basically have, in my opinion, a company that doesn't know completely what they're talking about, or at least the PR person, the spokesperson for Loomis. I think they're kind of blinded on what on knowing or having knowledge base on body cameras. I can't think of a whole lot of situations right now, top of my head, any situations where it increases officer safety, situational awareness. I was reading the comment section on the other video, and somebody mentioned that something to the effect it can increase your situation awareness because you know that you're being recorded. Something to that degree. Now, unfortunately, YouTube is not a platform where we can interact. It's kind of unilateral, right? The YouTube presenter, the host, like me, it's kind of like one-sided, right? Other than comment section box below, and a lot of people don't do follow-up videos. So it's really hard to dialogue with subscribers, right? So I didn't understand totally what that comment referred to. Videos would be perfect, response videos, but most people don't do response videos, right? Guys, I cannot think, please help me think of situations where it increases your officer safety. I can think that maybe if you get shot and all of a sudden the body camera gets a view of the sky, I understand that they might use your body camera for training next time on what not to do, or on what behavioral cues you can hone in on when you're interacting with the public, you're interacting with suspicious people. I see the utility of that. Maybe that's how it increases officer safety or situation awareness. There's a feature that Axon has where somebody, maybe in a management position or dispatch position, can start watching footage live through a live feed and see what is going on behind the lens. Now, obviously, that person can't experience what you're experiencing. They cannot experience the same level of fear. And I think to say that they're going to observe something that you're not going to observe is to say that basically we're being featured in a movie. What I mean by that is, in a movie, we can see things that the actual operator is not seeing, like from that perspective, a movie studio perspective. But the reality is, it's going to be difficult for you to see something when you're monitoring remotely on what the security officer is actually doing, what is, what the suspicious behavior that is being exhibited in front of this officer, or maybe to their sides. I mean, it's really hard. And are you going to live feed every single time there's a transaction? I would say that's probably not a good idea. And why is that? Well, I don't know if you guys been experiencing the body camera issues, but if you keep doing live feed a lot, if the camera is on all the time, you might make it through a 12-hour shift. I mean, for me, I barely make it through a 12-hour shift, right? But if you're remotely viewing an security operator that has the body camera on, and you're doing it all the time, it's going to wear a lot of the battery out. A lot of the battery is going to be wearing out. Now, I am not a body camera instructor. Yes, there's a body camera. It looks like we got disconnected. Like I was saying, I don't know of any law enforcement officers that have completed that course. I don't know of any private security professionals or other protection professionals that completed the Axon body camera course. But Mike from the Professional Journal, he took it. I'm sure he has some insights on the operability of the camera systems. I would like to hear from him. Maybe he has special insight on how a body camera can increase one's situational awareness. I've been thinking about it for 12 hours, guys, 13 hours. I mean, not constantly, but every hour of the day, I was just thinking about ways on how it can increase your situational awareness. What I want you guys to do is be wary of these keywords, these sound bites that these spokesperson present to everybody. It sounds good on camera. The reason why we have body cameras is to increase situational awareness for our security officers and also to increase accountability. Doesn't that sound good on camera? I think it sounds awesome. But look, Loomis, if you're watching this video, you're probably not, but if you are, do you know how you can help your officers make it home at the end of their watch? Do you know how you can increase their situational awareness? It's not through a body camera. It's through training. It's through proper training. I don't know, guys. I never worked in the armed messenger field, but what type of training do you get? Do you just show your state certification card and that's your training? Or I'm sorry, that's your limit of training? Do you just qualify in the range, or do you actually train? Because if you're qualifying, that doesn't mean that you're necessarily that you're training. It just means that you're qualifying on the range. Is this Loomis pushing their messengers to the limits? So for Citywide Protection Services, that's a security company that I did a social media interview with. That's like one of the only companies that allowed me to enter their dispatch center, their offices, their management offices with a camera and not give me any type of limitation other than please do not zoom in on the screen where we have certain calls being dispatched. That will expose where our clients are at. That's the only time that they wanted me to blur anything out, and I respected that decision, and that was done. Going back to Citywide Protection Services, so their target, it's not your standard NRA B28 target, the largest silhouette. That's not your standard silhouette. When I met Lucas at Citywide, he showed me what the standard is, and it's like a miniature B28, right? Right now, I don't know what their course of fire is. I'm pretty sure that it's being revamped. Our buddy Randy is in charge of, he has some leadership role in operations. He's going to probably smack me in the back of the head because he's going to say, Sean, what are you talking about? I have some role over there. I forgot. Sorry, dude. But anyhow, he's in a leadership position. I'm pretty sure that he's changing up the standards. I do think that at that time when I visited, there was a greater standard than what the state requires, but I'm pretty sure Randy's revamping their armed protection program. Is other security companies doing that? I don't know. So far, I might have like one company that reached out to me that proposed the idea, but otherwise no companies have reached out. And guys, as long as I'm training, or we're training the security company, like as a group, I don't mind doing the training. Preferably, these companies come out to where I'm at, which is Imperial County, where we can train even in low light conditions. Now, if you're doing a 1-week class, or like a 2-day class, I don't think that the second day should be low light. If you're doing a 3-day class, I don't think that the third day should be low light. I think probably if you're doing a 4-day class, yeah, there should be some low light in it. If there was shooting in all those classes, then I would say yes. But just to smash in a little low light block without having those foundational days of the third day, fourth day, like the beginning of the fourth day, I would say absolutely no. But the reason why I'm saying this, guys, is that most security companies do not train to competence. And what does that mean? Well, competence refers to that level of skill that might be needed, in my opinion, on that terrible day. That's what I'm talking about. Is your staff able to handle a violent situation? If the answer is yes, then my question to you is, well, how so? How have you trained them? That's what I really, really would like to know. Okay. So, to my subscribers, I am not against body-worn cameras. I am for it 110%. I think that Loomis is taking a good stride towards professionalism. On the other note, I don't like what appears to me as trickery, right? Don't tell me that it's going to increase situation awareness so that you can get employee buy-in. That's what it's all about. Now, if I'm running an organization and if I got employee buy-in on something, I'm good. Just like the body-worn cameras, guys. In law enforcement, I can make my camera go off and I could come up with some excuses on why it wasn't on, but I simply chose not to do that. Now, obviously, those excuses can go on for only a little bit of time, but I've embraced it, and almost everybody that I work with, actually everybody that I work with so far, has embraced the whole body-worn camera idea. Because we embrace the idea, we get, I don't know, maybe 90% compliance. I don't want to say 100%, but officers are really good with turning on their body camera. Police officers, right? If we didn't have buy-in, then we could come up with excuses on why it was not. For example, the excuse that our policy allows is when you're in a situation that is inherently dangerous, you do not have to turn on your body camera unless it's feasible and it's safe to do so. Okay, that's what the policy requires. So the policy allows that level of variation. However, almost everybody that I work with has embraced body cameras, and they'll turn it on. They'll activate it when they're arriving on scene, when they're about to interact with somebody in the public, interact with anybody. They activate it already, and that just shows you buy-in. And I think that's what Loomis is trying to do. They're trying to get employee buy-in by saying that this increases situation awareness. And please, guys, tell me how this increases situational awareness. I really want to know. So Mike says, that beep always throws me off when I'm on the bus. Like, yes, I know it's my accent, but still catches me off guard. For sure. Mr. Fusion says, does body cameras ever fall off in an accident? Yeah. No, honestly, man, my body camera falls off all the time. You know, you're running, it falls off. Don't matter how strong the magnet is. You know, there's always something that is going to interfere with something. You take out your baton, you draw fast. It's not 100% glued to you. Yeah, thank you, Mike, for reiterating that. He says they fall off. They fall off all the time. Let me rephrase. They fall off all the time. Can't speak for everyone, but we use axon magnets. They always get knocked off during use of force and whatnot. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. I've been in quite a bit of situations. And when you're tussling with somebody, you're in a physical skirmish, that camera is going to probably fall off. Mike says, I wish we had Molly vest. I could just go to 09 and get me one of the Z9 Molly mounts. Mike, that's tech talk. That's tech talk from somebody who's a body-worn camera instructor. Okay, thank you, Mike, for zooming in here. You don't get training much of anything, and he's talking about armed carriers. I'm former Garda in Vegas for armed trucks. Yep. Mr. Future says the only thing I'm worried about with body cam is accidentally leaving it on while I'm going to the restroom. I've done it all the time. Where I work at, there's recording that goes on, I think it's 20 seconds, when I'm taking a piss or a dump. I mean, I rarely take a dump at work, but that's topic of another story. Nobody cares. Where's I going? Where's I going with this? No, I do it all the time. I do it all the time. So what you could do is you could write a note to the administrator. Hey, at this time I was taking a dump or a leak. Can you please delete that footage? Because if you don't, guys, that could potentially be introduced into evidence. The professional security journal says, and key it up. Most of us just throw it in our cargo pocket when doing our business. Yeah, there you go. Or just throw it in your pocket. Or just turn it off. Mike says they have a 30-second buffer. The 30 seconds of no audio. LOL. Yeah, so look, LAPD has 2 minutes as a 2-minute buffer. I am pretty sure that their batteries runs out all the time. With I don't know, what do they work? 10-hour shifts, 8-hour shift, 12-hour shift. I'm pretty sure their camera is like done. 2 minutes. That's a long time. Maybe they changed the policy. Maybe it's now 30 seconds. I don't know. So that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking forward to the dialogue, comments. Let's definitely talk about this. And guys, I'm working on this already, but man, I saw this crazy footage in Escondido where this new YouTube channel that also has an Instagram account, they're catching pedos in Escondido. It kind of rhymes. They're not as they're not as professional filmmakers as Vitalik. Not even close. Anyhow, I saw some footage where this armed security officer looks like a real cop, and a knife was pulled, and then he blocks him in to his car. He pulls him out. He looks like he pats him down or handcuffs him. It looks so bad on camera. It looks terrible. And when I say pedo, I don't know what standard of evidence was used to call this dude a pedo. I am for catching pedos, right? But we got to do it in the right way, in the way that upholds evidentiary standards. If we don't, this person learns from their mistakes and they're off the hook. They belong in prison. We got to do it right, and this channel, in my opinion, isn't doing it right. If this is the security staff that protects this film crew, which I doubt it, because when you got like 400 subscribers, maybe 500 subscribers, you probably don't have the money to have security for your film crew. So I'm thinking that this security guard is part of like maybe mall security on this property. I don't know, but please, look, if you own the security company, I think it's a good idea if you reach out to me. Reach out to me so that we can have a conversation. What we don't like is arrogance. You know, people get arrogant. You get arrogant with me or anybody else on some of these issues, especially involves your own workforce. It's not going to work out for you. My long-term subscribers know that arrogance does not work out for you. But please reach out to me and let's have a conversation about what in the heck did we witness on camera. Okay? If you guys have any intel, tell me what security company this is. If you own the security company, I think it's a really good idea to reach out, honestly. My email is in the it's in the description box below, and we got to have a conversation. Seriously. Let's squash this issue before it becomes viral. Okay? So this is probably going to be your last opportunity if you own the security company. All right, guys. Take care. I'm out. Oh, if you know the name of the security company, let me know. All right, guys. Take care.